Hey everyone, welcome back to Final Fantasy IV. Before we actually move on, we're going to plunder some treasury. In fact, I think this is the first RPG I've played for the channel where plundering other people's houses and treasuries is a thing. The only ones I've played are Phantasy Star, which had none of that, and Dragon Slayer Legend of Heroes, which plays by its own rules. Hello, Cid's assistants. And speaking of which, we now have Cid. Now, Cid's class is Engineer. Ooh, we don't want to be down here yet. Gonna grab that elixir, though. Now, Cid's class is Engineer, but functionally, it's basically the Viking from Final Fantasy III, only minus the Perma-Zerk. Now let's see what else is up in here. I'm not gonna say no to ethers. Yeah, one of the big differences between this version and the Japanese version is that you can buy ethers pretty much anywhere. They're just crazy expensive. But in the Japanese version, you could only buy them near the end of the game. We're going to need to get Cid better equipment, but first some formation switching, because we now have 3 physical attackers. Now, the reason that I'm putting Cid in the middle is that his accuracy isn't the greatest, and in the 3 front, 2 back formation, the person placed in the middle of the front row gets a 25% bonus to accuracy. No one knows why this is. But now we have an airship, so let's go exploring a little bit. Mist is still on the map, so let's take a look over there. Oh, this recovered pretty quickly. Oh. I'll have to remember that. I'll be taking a couple of these. What have you got for sale? I don't want that. Nobody wants that. And what have we got here? Yeah, we don't have anyone who can use the dancing dagger yet. It's a dagger weapon that actually has a powerful special attack if you use it as an item in battle. Speedrunners abuse the hell out of that thing. Now this is the building that we want. Ooh! The tiara is the only really good thing in there. However, the tiara is this version's name for the golden hairpin, which is a late-game item for magic users. Also in there is the change rod, which is a fairly strong rod, and it gives quite a substantial boost to Tella's black magic stat. In fact, we're going to be holding on to that rod for quite a while. However, this means that there isn't any good equipment for Cid in here. This game expects you to use the airship. Aha! That's where we want to be. Froggy. Okay, Silvera is where you buy silver equipment. The only weapon we'll be buying here is the hammer for Cid. However, it also has heavy armor. The shield is useless for Cid because hammers are two-handed weapons. And I'm going to be leaving Cecil with his paladin breastplate because paladin armor is actually strong against the physical attacks of quite a few enemies we're going to be facing in the near future. Cid, however, gets the full suit because it's the best armor we have for him. Oh, whoops. I'll remember to equip it that other hammer later, I am sure of it. Yeah, see, there I go. I'm not completely dunderheaded. Yeah, the thing is, the accuracy change isn't actually reflected in their stats screen. Okay, now we can actually head to where we're supposed to be going. Toroya, land of water, and earth, and greenery, a whole bunch of other things. And you guys don't need your silver rings for now. Yeah, the only thing really worth buying in the armor store here is the ruby ring, for reasons that will become apparent very soon. We will be buying the great bow, but not for Cecil. I've got other plans. I don't need to talk to any of you people in town. The castle is where I need to talk to people. Feel free at home. Oh! Okay. No, I'm not gonna judge. No! Baron up to something. Who knew? Who knew? Yeah, that's the sprite generally used for dancers. Yeah, in the original versions, she said, "This is not a swimsuit. This is armor." Oh. Dark Elf. Now there's a Final Fantasy I flashback. Well, no wonder Golbez said that getting the Crystal of Earth was going to be a problem. The guy just won't get rid of that giant suit of black armor. Somehow Edward survived. You don't look in the right state to be doing any adventuring right now. Really, you did. It's completely my fault. Yep, we couldn't save Radia. What a shame. Are you going to fly the airship underground? Yeah, getting an airship is the only thing that has gone right for us so far, aside from becoming a paladin. Dark Elf, eh? Aha, and there's Edward's cellular harp. Unique to this version of the game. Because in every other version, Edward gives you something like the songgrass songweed. I forget the name of it, it's just some stupid plant. But in this version of the game, he gives you a harp that synchronizes with his own harp playing. Alright, now let's go over to that Dark Elf cave and show him what's for. And the airship can't land in forests. We need some different help. Consult the Chocobos. Yeah, you didn't need to see that. Tella just blew up everything with virus, you know, like most of the encounters we actually fight. Okay, Chocobos and their associated forests first appeared in Final Fantasy II, where they were actually extremely necessary. The reason I was able to use Cure 4 there is because white Chocobos restore all of our MP, and so we catch up to them. Yellow Chocobos allow you to traverse the map without encounters, but we want a black Chocobo. Black Chocobos can fly. They can't fly over mountains, but they can land in forests. Alright, let's get him. Okay, the way it works is that there are pieces of equipment in this game which are flagged as metallic. And in the Lodestone Cave, anyone wearing any piece of metallic equipment will have the paralyzed status. And if all of your characters go into a battle with the paralyzed status, it's instant game over. Why did I fight that battle? Yeah, those aren't mages, those are mind flayers. The thing is, it is completely possible to outfit your entire party with non-metal equipment and have them all active. But that would take too long, so I decided to just nix it and go right through like an idiot. Bows and arrows do not count as metal equipment, so that's how you arm Cecil and Cid. Now, in Final Fantasy IV Easy Type, there's a weapon called the Piggy Sword, which inflicts pig. However, it does not count as metallic, so Cecil can actually use a sword in the Lodestone Cave in that version. Still, even with just Tellah and Yang, we can actually defeat most of the encounters down here. The reason it might actually be a not bad idea to equip Cid or Cecil with bows is that most enemies down here have some kind of elemental weakness that you can exploit with arrows that you can buy either in Toroya or in Mysidia or other places you can reach with the airship. The problem with a lot of these encounters, though, is that they're all weak to the sacred element, so not having Cecil able to use his Holy Sword is actually a pretty huge handicap all the same. Save point. Yeah, Cecil is fast approaching being beyond the limit with which that you can cure with one tent. Because tents are not full restores, they restore 1,000 hit points and 1,000 magic, and 100 magic points. And I better save because there's quite a bit that can go wrong between here and there. I think the price of tents and cabins is reduced in this version, because I don't think that in this game there are supposed to be inns that cost more than cabins do. And I'll take a high potion. Goodbye. There's actually... Ooh, the Charm Claw. Like Edward's Charm Harp, only it's equipped on someone who can actually do damage. In any case, we should be coming up on the boss room pretty soon. Yeah, that looks like it. But I'ma just grab that chest over there. Forget that encounter, nothing interesting happened. Okay, now we cannot buy Ether 2s. Oh, Dark Elf, what's next, the vampire? I am very worried. Me attack you. He did not talk this way in the Japanese version. Let's see. Well, this is trouble. Now that's the kind of opening attack you'd expect out of a Trails in the Sky boss. By the way, it's possible to come here without getting the Twin Harp, and if you do, the Dark Elf is like, "You fools," and basically kills you instantly. Come on, Edward, you can do it! I believe in you to do things when you're not in the party. Oh, everyone's a critic. Okay, let's arm up. And let's get him. Yeah, his magic power is much weaker. See how a lot of his spells are just missing and doing no damage? Oh, that one hit. Nothing we can't deal with, though. Me change. Hulk smash. And this is the actual boss fight. But you know what? I am tired of this cave. We're just gonna do this the quick way. And there we go. Goodbye. And we'll just be taking this back. So anyway, I'm going to spare you guys the walk back out of the cave. And I wanted to walk back out because I wanted levels for what's coming next. Okay, when you reboard a black chocobo, it just flies you back to its forest of origin. You can't take a black chocobo around the world. Which means we have to march back to Toroya. That's not a long walk. Now, let's show the 8 priests what we've found, but first, let's go congratulate Edward on doing something. This scene, by the way, is completely missable. At no point do you have to come back here and talk to him. Look, credit where credit is due, buddy. I'll do your vengeance for you if that's okay. Like I said, completely missable. Let's see what all y'all have to say. By the way, you probably shouldn't do this until you're really ready to go after the next dungeon. Because once you've triggered this, the next time you get into your airship, you will be taken to the next dungeon of the game. What was that? We're only lending it to you. Well, we're just gonna have to see how that works out. Okay, hey, we actually got permission to take the treasures. How about that? Well, I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye.